On this installment of What They Don't Want You to Know About Money, I'm going to talk about property again, but we're taking it to another level. We're going to talk about international property investment. Now, over the years, property has become a very popular international investment for the simple reason that it's immovable, and also it gives you a lot of options in terms of you being an investor, because property will allow you to enjoy capital appreciation as well as income. Now, regardless of where you are in the world, you no longer need to worry about investing in property in other countries. For the simple reason is technology has caught up. You can have videos, you can really have 3D viewings of the property and be in touch with agents and property professionals and practitioners all over the world. Now, to start off with, if you are looking at an international property investment, you need to ask yourself, what's in it for me? The main thing I would say is income. And also, if you're somebody who's looking at somewhere to perhaps retire, you have that lifestyle option. And also investing in property can allow you to start tapping into investment citizenship. Now, let's look at someone who's resident in the United Kingdom, for example. If you stay in the United Kingdom, the beauty there is that all high street banks in the UK will allow you to take up to 50% mortgage on a foreign property. So typically speaking, if you were to take a £250,000 mortgage to buy a property, let's say in South Africa, you would be able to buy a property of up to 5 million rand, and you'll be paying a monthly repayment of roughly £850 a month. This works out to, in reality, a repayment of about 16,000 rand, and that property, if you were just to put it straight on the rental market, would generate you at least 30,000 or 35,000 rand in rental. So already you can see the opportunities in terms of getting such a property and how it can actually contribute to, firstly, servicing its own debt. And the beauty here now is that that property now gives you that lifestyle option, because that property can either be treated as your personal retirement home, or you could use that as a holiday home. So in winter, you fly to South Africa, you can enjoy that property. Or you can even be in a situation where that can become your future primary residence after retirement. Many people are doing this because the numbers simply make sense. And the beauty about numbers is that numbers don't lie. The other beauty of investing in property is that it opens a world of investment citizenship. So if you were to invest that £250,000 in this property, which we're talking about, an example which is appearing on the screen, you could actually also get the added benefit of permanent residence in South Africa, because you would classify that property as a hospitality or tourism investment. And because labor is cheap in South Africa, you can have a full-time person managing that property, put it up on Airbnb, and here's the kicker. You then let that same property out to your very friends in the United Kingdom so that they can enjoy it when they come on holidays to Southern Africa. And now you're earning pounds again, which you can then use on your holidays or use to retire or service that debt. Now, let's go into another territory. If you're in Australia, Australia is even better than the UK. They're not talking about a 50% mortgage. In Australia, you can take your retirement fund, which is called a superannuation fund, and invest as much as you want in a property. So you could take your retirement money and buy a retirement home wherever you are. So with your superannuation fund, you could buy that similar property for 5 million rand, which works out to about 500,000 Australian dollars, and be in a position where that property can earn you income from the very day you buy it. And the beauty again is you're going to have access, A, to permanent residence, and B, you can have that income option, and C, holidays, Airbnb, you can book and make that property really attractive. Now, Australia, UK, we've spoken about it, US, Same thing, that property is there for the taking. Stop thinking that property investments are only for your market, because the same things you do in your country, such as flipping a property or buying a property, you can do it remotely. But here we're talking about high-end properties, and we're talking about properties which will generate income. And there's also other types of property you can look at. You can look at student accommodation. Student accommodation, a no-brainer, paid for by the state or the parents, generates handsome income, nice growth in terms of capital appreciation, and is almost as safe as you can get in terms of a property investment. So these are some of the things I'm planting in your heads today about property investments. Now, for example, if you're in the diaspora and come like myself from maybe Zimbabwe, you can also be in a situation where you want to buy a property in Zim. Not necessarily where you want to retire, but it could simply be a base of operations, or where relatives can go, or when you go there, you simply have somewhere to pass through. Same thing. Bricks and mortar. Safe investment, generates income, can give you capital appreciation as well. Now, if you really want to add value to that property proposition, which I was talking about, you can do something like this. If you get that permanent residence, shoot one of your old cars, all your old furniture, put it in that property. Suddenly you're renting it out as a furnished unit, and with a vehicle and a driver, suddenly you can ramp up the fees and you can suddenly make it into a whole little tourist hub. That is what's happening, for example, in Cape Town. The British invasion is not because they love Cape Town that much, but they do. But it's also simply because the numbers don't lie. People are selling their properties in London, for example, for 500,000, 600,000 pounds. They go to Cape Town, they can buy 3 or 4 mansions of their dreams, manage them either by living in Cape Town and retiring there, or simply managing them through Airbnb, or simply renting them out to their friends and family. And hence, you have such a huge influx of tourists, especially from the UK, in Cape Town. Obviously, do your due diligence. So don't forget my rule in terms of the VASAP. Is there value in the property you're looking for? Is there access? Are there schools? Are there amenities? And finally, you know, what are the plans for that area? Your due diligence is still important, but here's the easy part. I'm there for you to help you to make these property decisions. And coming up on your screen, a number of properties I can show you, a number of properties I can really lead you to and guide you to. And remember, if you want an extra passport, why not? Be a citizen of the world. Globalization is the future. That's one of the things that they don't want you to know about money.